Oh my goodness. Well, clearly I cannot tell time because I think I said meet me at 5:45, and clearly that did not happen. But that is okay. That is okay. All right, let's set up our Facebook things so that we can protect ourselves from spammers. Let's see. And we'll give it a minute. And we'll give it a minute. Okay. Well, so I just got off a plane. Just I'm feeling a little bit windblown. Just off a plane. A magnificent trip to Georgia. Got to see my son. And that was really special. So, aloha, Janelle. Aloha. Aloha. So, again, clearly I cannot tell time, but I really did try, and I did not want to skip today because I know we missed yesterday or last Monday because of Facebook's issues. Hello, Robin, my love. Hello. Hello. I am so happy to be with you. This is not going to be a long one, but I did really want to come and spend time with you all today, especially because we missed last week. I just got off a plane from Atlanta. I was so honored and blessed and excited and just grateful to be able to go up to Atlanta and spend some time with my son, even though he's coming home for fall break. We were up in North Georgia for at summer camp, place we all went to summer camp with some of the most dear people in my world, some of my lifelong, most wonderful friends, and I know Robin knows the importance of those friendships because she is one of them. And we had lost a friend who had passed from cancer 10 months ago, and so a area was dedicated in his honor and in his memory, and it was just such a joy to be able to be with these people and to spend time in such a sacred place and alone. I mean, there was 25 of us, and to spend time in such a sacred place in the fall with crunchy leaves on the ground and a breeze blowing through the trees, and a place that is normally so loud with the sound of kids, of children yelling and screaming. It was just very serene and peaceful, and it was just really wonderful, and I'm so grateful to have had that time with such dear people. And then I got on a plane and I came home, and here I am. So very happy now to be with these dear people, I'm so grateful. Hello, Diane. Hello, who did I miss? Hello, Diane. Hi, Lori. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Robin. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm so happy to see you. Hello, Miss Lori. So happy to see you all. So, I know it's been a little crazy. I know this because I just came out of an airport. In Atlanta and Orlando are some very, very busy airports, and we know that Southwest Airlines is having some transportation issues. But I still feel like we're turning the corner. So if you've been watching, if you've been paying any attention we had talked before about the solar storms, and we had talked about the change of the moon into Libra, and now we're into Sagittarius, and it's as we're coming into the full moon. I think once we get over this hump of the full moon, I think we see things start to shift a little bit. I want to say a couple of things. First of all, there will always be places for us to immerse ourselves in drama. There will always be that opportunity for us to immerse ourselves in somebody else's craziness, in something or someone or somebody, something. There will always be that opportunity for us to immerse ourselves in someone else's drama. And so no matter what is going on in the universe, the one thing I want to make sure that I say right up front is stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, because it's so easy to be like, whoa, and we get thrown off of our course. And so there is drama going on out there, and whew, you could look and go down that rabbit hole and you could see a whole lot of stuff that will just piss you off or make you ill or make you sad or make you depressed, or there is so much opportunity for that. But at the same time, there is so much opportunity to look and to see the joy and the blessings. We are not at a time in our humanity when we are able to fix everything. Humanity has not matured enough to be able to release the need of power and money. And because of that, we will not see world peace I think in this lifetime, in our lifetime. If you are alive right now, I don't think that we will see that. I would love to be wrong. I think it was Margaret Thatcher who said there will never be peace until the love of power, until the power of love or the love of humanity is greater than the love of power. And I'm sure I just butchered the heck out of that quote. But that's really the truth. And so we, as humanity, as an important part of humanity, we have a choice that we can keep our finger on the drama, on the pulse of the drama, and always make sure we know exactly what's going on and who said what and who's doing what and da 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 da. And we can connect into that. Or we can say, yeah, I see that that's going on, but I'm going to put my energy over here and I'm going to expand my bubble of love. Because when we share that with someone else, we expand that bubble of love and we bring more love and light into the world. And those bubbles of drama, there will always be, but they're smaller in more specific places. At least that's what I hope. I know right now we're still in, at least in this country, we're still in a very traumatic and emotional period of turmoil that I don't think is over, and I don't think that and it's not going to be resolved anytime soon. And so we're going to have to see this bubbling up for a while, and we're still seeing even more of this right and left, and I don't mean politically, but just black and white, light and dark, wherever, this dividing, and we're seeing that more and more. At the same time, we still continue to see more and more people that are like, I need to learn to meditate. I need to be more mindful. I want to learn yoga. I want to, change my career. Especially COVID has, this pandemic has really shifted people's priorities to be able to, hey Becca, to be able to say, I don't want to be in this job, this career, this place anymore that steals my soul. I want to be in a place that feeds my soul, or do something that feeds my soul. And actually, I had the opportunity to connect with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in 30 years on this trip, and it's such a joy. And I asked him, I said, so, what do you do? Tell me about your life. And he says, well, I have a job. I'm good at my job. I hate my job, but I love the paycheck. And I said, okay, well, so what's the deal? And he's like, well, the paycheck allows me to do the things that I love. And so he has made that choice to say, I want to do these other things, and this is the sacrifice that I'm willing to make of my time. And he knows how to protect himself in that way. And it's, there is that blessing. So I have watched so many people be able to say, like, this is where I want to be. This is how I want to show up in the world. This is, what I'm willing to give to be able to live the life that I want. And that is really important, being able to choose and decide, how do I want to show up in the world? Do I want to show up in the world as a person who is absorbed into drama? Do I want to be a person who shows up in the world as filled with anger and hate and rage, or as a person who is filled with love? So here's me. I'm not a bad traveler. I'm not a great traveler. I never like to fly. I love a road trip. I never like to fly. And that goes back to my days in college when I was in a plane that literally crashed and everyone lived, which was a miracle in itself. But so I don't like to fly. And I don't like the crowds of airports, and especially now, with the masks and everything, it's a little, more stressful. But as we were leaving, my girlfriend's house today and driving to the airport, and it's 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes, it's 30 minutes. Well, of course, it wasn't, because there was traffic and there was a car on fire and there was all kind of things. And Atlanta traffic can be wow. And I could see the possibility of getting like really frustrated and upset. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to stay in the moment. I'm going to be joyous. I know my girlfriend knows all the back roads, and she's got us. And there were 4 of us who were going to the airport. And I said, I know she's got us all safe, and we're going to be fine. And when I get there, it's going to be great. And, and I got in, and I went in the clear line, and, and that had little hiccups, and then, got through that, and, got on the train, and, and it got to the gate, and, got to the gate right as they were starting to board. And I was like, great, plenty of time. But I was, doing my power walk in the airport. But never once did I lose my temper. Never once did I lose my patience. Never once did I think, I'm not going to make this plane. I just didn't think that, because I knew that was not the truth. I knew I had time. I knew I could get on the plane. And worst case scenario, I knew I could get the next flight if the worst actually happened. So I wasn't, like, there was no reason to panic, but it was so interesting because I was watching all these other people that were like, scurry, 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 scurry. And it was just, I kept trusting what I was hearing in my head, which is, you're going to make it. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. And, hey, and so we choose. We make a choice to, do I want to lean into the panic and the fear and the, oh my God, I'm not going to make it? Or do I want to lean into the faith and the calm that says, you're going to be fine. You're going to get there. And frankly, when I got there, I still stood up there, waiting for like at least 5 minutes before they even like got to my boarding group. So it's a choice that we make to say, this is how I want to show up in the world. I want to show up in the world as a person with kindness and with, I would love to show up in the world as a person with infinite patience. It's a work in progress, but to make the choice of, how do I want to react in this situation? How do I want to handle this situation? And so as we go forward, and we're coming into the full moon, where we know energies can be heightened, and that emotions and all of that stuff can be more like blah. So as we're coming into that, remember, you still have the choice. If you are feeling triggered, or if you are feeling overwhelmed by energy, or overwhelmed by emotion, or the full moon energies are getting to you, if any of that is true, breathe. Okay, you can stand outside in the grass. I don't think there's snow on the ground anywhere yet. You can stand in the grass and just breathe. I like to stand in the grass. I put my hands like this. I put, like this way. But I have my I do it this way. My right hand is my receiving hand, because I'm lefty. So this is my dominant hand, which is my outgoing energy. And this is my receiving hand. So I put my hand up, and this hand I put down, and I just stand in the grass in front of my house and I breathe. And my neighbors, I'm sure, think, what the hell is she doing? And I don't care, because it's none of their darn business. And really, if I was not concerned about it, I'd go stand in the back. But you put your hands, so you're receiving from the universe, and you're releasing to Mother Earth. And to just breathe. And if you put your tongue on your roof of your mouth, like I say every Thursday night, put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, breathe in through your nose, hold it, breathe out, and you do that 3 times, it really changes your energy. And then we can calmly ask ourselves, how do I want to be in this situation? So when I went through the security line, I went through, and I had to wait for my stuff. And I'm thinking TikTok, right? And I'm waiting for my stuff, and I'm like, okay, tongue on the roof of my mouth. And I literally had time to take my 3 breaths, and then my stuff came out, and I was able to put my shoes back on, and off I went. It changes our perspective, but it's a choice. And so as I was sitting in my girlfriend's house in Atlanta this afternoon, she's like, she knows so much about essential oils. And she was saying, oh, I do this, and I put it on this part of my body, and this part of my body, and just a font of information. It was fantastic. And I thought, that is second nature to her. She gets up every day, and she puts this on herself. She puts this on her heels and on her back and on her forehead, and she puts this on her dog. And this is what she does every day. And that's where we need to be. This is what I do every day. I breathe. I put my tongue on my roof of my mouth. I take 3 breaths. I fill my heart with gratitude. And whatever craziness is going on in the world, I'm not saying don't be informed. I'm not saying turn a blind eye. Be involved in the causes that are important to you. But I am saying don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't get sucked into someone else's drama. Make your voice heard. March, protest, vote, donate, whatever, is going that speaks to your heart, but don't let yourself get sucked into the drama. So for me, last weekend they had the women's marches, and it is not emotionally or energetically safe for me to do such a thing. So I, have a little sign, and I had, thing on my car, and and I have made donations where it was appropriate for me, and supported causes, and wrote letters and signed petitions, and did all the things that I could do to show up in a way that protects my energy, but allows me to show up in the world in a way that works for me and is in alignment for myself, but does not harm me energetically, and also does not suck me into the drama, because it's so easy to get into the anger and the rage and the frustration and the whatever, and that's never a good place for anyone, on no matter what side of an issue you're on. Allowing yourself to stay in that place of love and gratitude, making that the habit, is what is so important. Making that conscious choice to stay in that place of love and gratitude. I would love to have her as a guest one day. That is a great idea, Robin. That is a great idea. Plus, she's super fun. Making that conscious choice to stay in that place of love and gratitude. So no matter what craziness is going on around us, look at what's going on with you in your bubble, in your place of love and gratitude. And we can always find something to be grateful for, even if it's just I am alive. There was a book that was written by, I think it was Norman Lear and Mel Brooks? No. Norman Lear and Carl Reiner, and it was, if you woke up on this side of the ground, have breakfast. And I thought, well, yeah, because if you woke up on this side of the ground, be grateful. Be grateful for another day. Be grateful for, all the things. We can all find something to be grateful for. And so again, it is that choice of how we want to show up in the world, but how much we allow ourselves to get sucked into that drama. Because there are definitely like psychics and mediums out there that are like, oh, the doom and the gloom, and I see dark, and I think we can always see that. We can always find that. But I think we can also always find the light, and it becomes a choice. And I think if you're, spiritual person or psychic reader or whoever is showing up in the world in that way, there's a lot of money to be made from fear. And there's a lot of power. People use fear to gain power. And so for me, it's not how I roll. I believe there's much more power in love. And that is where I plant my flag, is with love. So appropriate that today is National Coming Out Day. Also in my shirt, you can't see it on Facebook, but you see it on Instagram. So more love, let's see. So, all right. So hello, Joy. Hello, Claudette. I'm so happy to see people. All right. So let's jump in, and we're going to do an abbreviated reading today, because I'm a little off kilter with, because when you go and visit your girlfriends and stuff, you stay up late. So, all right. I'm so happy to see all of you. And now, next Monday the 24th, is Monday the 24th, a Monday, I will be in Houston. It is my belief and my intention that I can do this from Houston. It is my belief, and it is my intention. So we'll have to look at the time for that and be a little bit flexible there as well. But do watch out, and I will post as I know. So I will be coming to you from another place next on the 24th. Maybe Rami can check the calendar since my phone is being used for Instagram right now, and see. But whatever that Monday is, so I'm very excited for that. Oh, so isn't this so fun and so interesting that this first card that I pull up in the Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck, the first card that I pull up is the Lemuria card, and I love this because Lemuria was utopia, but it was a lost civilization, and there is so much evidence to suggest that Lemuria is that it can return, and that we are setting the foundation and we are learning these things to bring that in and to welcome Lemuria back. So this is so exciting. Okay, so I love this card as a place for us to start. I'm thinking that Robin is very busy over there helping to keep ourselves safe up there. So this is the next card is the Ever Unfolding Rose. Now we've seen this before. We've seen this card, but this is so important because this card is all about welcoming the experiences, that things are happening for us and not to us. This is such a great reminder that things are happening for us and not to us, and that every experience is that opportunity to practice how we want to show up in the world, and to practice who we are wanting to be, because we can set all the intentions in the world, but really it still takes practice. It takes practice, and it takes work to release anger and frustration, and it takes practice and discipline to say, I choose to go in this direction, not this direction. I choose to show up in the world as a person filled with love and gratitude versus anger and rage. We make those choices. And so I understood today even that the traffic was, there's a choice to be made. But it wasn't anybody's fault. I mean, it just wasn't what the situation was. But we have the opportunity to say, what am I learning from this? What is it that the universe is trying to show me? When we get put in places, especially in places where we'll put a little under stress, these are the places we can grow. Right? Diamonds come from immense pressure, right? This is how we grow. And so what can we learn when we're put into these places where we're tested? It's like, well, I remembered to breathe. I remembered to be patient, and I remembered to believe that time is on my side. Time is on my side, and that I was okay, and that the universe was telling me, you will be fine. Got on a plane, sat down, no problems, right? And I'd like to point out, flying Southwest, which if you've been watching the news, Southwest has been having all kinds of issues. And, got on a plane, left on time, arrived on time, found my car where Robert had left it, no problems. So, it's a choice. Or do we want to get sucked into drama? I could have gotten so frustrated and flustered and frustrated and just been and been had that energy for the flight. Ooh, that would have been horrible. I don't want that. I don't want that. So again, we make that choice. And so remember that things are happening for you, not to you. Even the things that make you, us feel like, how am I showing up with this? How am I handling this? Because those are the things that make us think. We make a conscious choice to think. Daniela loves that this is our first card also. I love that this is our first card. All right, and our third card, oh, I love this. So this is our third card. It says, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Seriously. Dance with life, do something to change your energy. So this is what I was saying before about my friend who has this job that, hi, welcome Stanley. This has this job that he doesn't really like, but he likes the paycheck so that he can then do what he likes in the rest of his life. And I think that is so important. And so choose how you want to show up in the world. But even if you are in a job that is not filling your soul, what other area of your life can you do something that does fill your soul? So many people in the time of COVID have changed careers and directions and all kinds of things so that they can have that life that lets them show up in the world the way they choose to, the way they want to. Yay! But not everybody can do that. Not everybody can just walk away from a job and be like, F that. So what happens when you are needing to stay in a job that maybe is not filling your soul. But if you can take advantage of the time when you're not in the job to fill your soul and contribute to society and bring your energy up and fill your heart with love and gratitude. And I loved what he said. He says, I don't really love my job, but I love the paycheck because it allows me to. So he's thinking about it in exactly the right way. He's thinking about it that this is a trade-off I'm willing to make. And so this is how we dance with life. We have to, you go forward, you go back, or this is how we dance with life. That we say, I don't want this, but I do want this, and so I'm willing to trade. Okay? And so he could really just fall into the I hate job and let it just suck the life out of the rest of his time. But he doesn't. He says, I go in, I work my 8 hours, I do my job, I do my work, I do it very well, and I leave, and then I get to go do what I want. And I think that is so brilliant because so many people get just sucked into the drama of the job, the energy that's there, and we can again choose to fill ourselves with that love and gratitude and bring that into the workplace. Now, sometimes the workplace is just plain old toxic. I mean, the place I worked before, like 20 years ago, oh my Lord, when I worked in the law firm, just toxic, that my only recourse to stay, healthy and sane was to leave. And that was really so much to do with my boss, that she was just really a toxic person. But so we can choose. There are other places where I have worked and even other planes I've been on where I just sat for a minute and I brought in love and gratitude. I just radiated it out. Try this. If you're ever in a car or anything, where people are starting to get testy or you're stuck in traffic or whatever, fill with love and gratitude. Fill yourself with that love and gratitude. Push it out. Radiate it out. And see what happens to the energy and the attitudes of the people around you. It's really amazing. I mean, really amazing what can happen and how powerful we can be. So this is the reminder that it's okay to have that trade-off and push and pull. But it also is this reminder that you lead. You lead. Okay, you are the one. It's not that life is leading and you are being, dragged around the dance floor. No. You are the leader. You are the one who is leading this dance. And so you get to decide how much, how fast, how slow, how much you're spinning. You are the one who gets to decide what is the trade-off. And where are you going to, give and where will you take? You are the one who leads this dance. Janelle says, flowing in my energy with ease and grace, I choose to be my own drummer, though too, so you know. I love it. I love it. I love it. Absolutely choose to be your own drummer. So if you are not, maybe dancing's not your thing. Maybe you're the band leader. Lead the band. Because you are the one in control. And that's one of the things I think is so important to remember. We have so much more control over, we may not have control, like I couldn't control there was a car on fire and lots of traffic, but I certainly could control how I reacted to it and how I moved through. Because when we can stay in that place of love and gratitude and we can stay in that place of belief that the universe has your back, and then the waters parted and everything was fine. Everything was fine. So I have this instruction that says cut the deck, and so I have done that, and I'm picking the next card because that was what I was instructed to do. I love I'm getting all hearts on Instagram, yay! Okay, so okay, seriously, cannot make this stuff up. So they said cut the deck, pick a card from the middle. Okay, great. So while I'm talking to you, I pulled the thing and I cut the deck. And this is the card. They said, don't pull this card, pull this card. I didn't even look at this card. They said, pull this card. And it's the very next card, and it is the protection card. This is the protection card. This is the reminder that we are. It says, call back your power, cut the cords, and stay connected to your soul. This is the part that literally just affirms everything we just said about who is leading the dance. You are leading the dance, or in Janelle's case, the band. You are the one in charge, but working in tandem with the universe. Working in tandem, because we have again that choice that we can get sucked down into the rabbit hole and fill our hearts with sadness and frustration and anger and resentment, or we can understand that in order for humanity to evolve, because I can watch the news and just get as pissed off as the next person, or we can choose to understand that in order for humanity to evolve, we have to have the time of cancer and chemotherapy and it just makes us sick. If you've ever, had the privilege, I will use the word privilege, if you've ever had the privilege to walk a friend through cancer and to come out the other side with them and see them go into remission and be proclaimed healthy and well, and celebrate that moment and ring the bell for the end of cancer treatments, that is a joyous occasion, But you have to also stand by that person as they go through the vomiting and the sickness and the hair loss and the all the other crap that goes along with dealing with toxic chemicals being injected into your body in order to heal disease. And I think that's where we are. We are in a time where humanity is having toxic chemicals being injected into our bodies, into our humanity, our body of humanity, in order for us to heal. And so we will come out the other side. Now, maybe not in my lifetime, maybe not in your lifetime, but I believe that somewhere in our evolution, because remember, people have been around for quite a long time, and we're still working shit out, that in our time of humans' evolution, we will come to a better place. Now, as much as I want to work and change the world and save the world and all that, I do not have the power to do that. But I do have the power to change my little corner of it, right? And we talk a lot about those ripples in the water. So I can change my little corner of it. So I choose to do that, which is how I choose to show up in the world and choose to spread love and light and choose to remind us that we are the leaders of the dance. We are the ones leading. Because if we are doing that and we are remembering that everything is happening for us, we can, and that we are protected, we will, even if it's only in our little corner of the world, recreate that utopia, recreate our peace so that we can create a better place for where we are. And what happens is, like the ripples in the water, right? You've heard me say this 100 times. I drop my little pebble in over here, it makes ripples, and Robin drops her pebble in over here, it makes ripples, and our ripples hit each other, and they cavitate, and they bump, and they make more, and they go out. And so this is the way that we can make my corner of the world better, and you make your corner of the world better, and we will spread, and we will make a much bigger corner of the world better, until it's not just a corner, until it is such a vast space that is leading with love. These things are important. So you are reminded, first and foremost, you are reminded that a better day and a better way is possible. You are reminded that you are the leader of your dance, and that you are being guided with the things that happen to you are helping you evolve. And most importantly, you are never alone. The universe is always with you. You may not like it, but the universe has always got your back. And whatever it is that's coming up that is feeling like you might be banging your head against the wall, it is helping you grow. If you are remembering to ask the question, what am I learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Because if we just slog through the mud and we don't ask ourselves, what are we learning from this thing? Guess what? We're going to keep on slogging until we remember to ask this question. We learn the lessons again and again until we've decided we actually are ready to learn them, and we absorb them, and we don't have to learn that lesson again. You may see another version of that lesson at a higher evolution as you go around again. You may see, why am I continuing to see this? There's something deeper, something higher for you to know about it. But it is our choice to say, this is helping me to grow. Am I willing to step into that? Or am I going to just keep my blinders on and just be like, nope, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know. I don't want to do it. And a lot of people make that choice. And that's where they are in this path, in this lifetime for them. It's not a bad thing. They're not ready for that evolution. But if you're here, you're paying any attention to me, then you are clearly ready for that evolution. You are very, very ready to be the leader of your dance. So this, I love. So wherever you feel like you are, in this next period of time, because remember, we're coming into the full moon, and the full moon is a time where we're like up periscope and we're looking around and we're seeing, right? We talk about that Ferris wheel where we're coming up and we're at the top of that energy, the peak of that energy, and we're looking around and we're like, okay, what do I got to figure out? What do I need to do? Where am I going in the right direction? Do I need to release something, change something, bring something in? What shifts and adjustments do I need to make? I'm at the top. I can look around and see what's going on so that I am controlling the dance. So that when I get back down to the bottom of that Ferris wheel and that cycle for the new moon coming in, I can say, okay, this is where I'm going next, because I am the leader of the dance. You are the leader of your dance. So whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's positive, feels negative, ask yourself, what do I need to learn from this so that you can be prepared for where you are going next, because you have so much more power and so much more control over what happens next in your circle of light than you know. Claudette says she stood by 3 members with cancer and they passed into the light. You know, it is so hard. It is so hard when we lose those that we love. There's no doubt about it. But there is something that, even when my heart is broken for a loss, whether it's mine or someone else's, there is still that glimmer of comfort, because I know that they are there. I know that they are there. And Claudette, I'll tell you, Spirit amazes me every single day, even with the all that I know, that I know, that I know, that I know, and the work that I do. And every single day, I will sit with somebody and be like, well, dang, they just really, like, they gave me that. They shared me, like, they amaze me every day with the evidence that they can share to say, we are here, we are here, we are here. And so even when our loved ones pass the spirit, it breaks our human heart. I mean, truly it does. And I'm so sorry for your loss, my friend. But bravo for you. And I'm so honored by your strength that you stood by these 3 people and that you gave them all of the, I know you gave them all the love that you could give them in the time that you were with them. And that I also believe you probably also communicate with them now. But it is so amazing to know, even though it's not the same, even though it's not what we would prefer, to know that they're still with us in some fashion is a miracle, a blessing, the greatest gift. And they are part of our protection. They are part of our tribe on the other side. They are part of the ones who are making sure, when we say the universe has your back, it's not just angels and guides and God and spirit animals. It's your loved ones that are helping. So when we tell you lean in, trust. Now, if you didn't have a great relationship with your loved ones when they were here on the earth plane, that is okay, because this is their opportunity to make it better. This is their opportunity to make it better. And believe me, they will. They will try. Never once have I had somebody come through that was just a real piece of work on this side that came through and be like, yeah, no, I'm not helping them. Yeah. They came through from the other side and be like, Usually there's the apology that says, I did the best I could. But when you ask, what do you want them to know now? It's, I'm here. I want you to know I'm here. I'm with you. But if they didn't want to help and they didn't want to be involved, they wouldn't be. So it's so comforting to know that our loved ones truly are still with us, and that among the cadre of energies that are holding us up and helping us move forward, that where the universe has our back, our loved ones are part of it. Our loved ones are part of that. So, oh, Janelle, thank you for sharing our video. And Priscilla, hello, hello, hello. So, I am going to leave you there this evening. I'm going to leave you with that. I am so grateful for your flexibility and willingness to hop on at a different time today. If this time is better, like if a later time is better, throw that in the comments, let me know. We can maybe talk about that too. I always just felt like it was better in the afternoon, but if it's not and the evening is easier, we can definitely talk about that. But I want to just say thank you so much for your flexibility and your willingness to show up at short notice, because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get home from the airport, and I am just so grateful for you, and so honored anytime that I am given the opportunity to share with you. And as I tell you all the time, please remember, because that part of you in your higher mind knows it. Remember how very much you are loved. Mwah. Have a great evening. Have a great week. Remember, you are the one who is leading the dance. It's you. You have that power. Have a great week. Mwah.